What if I told you that within the heart of America lies a hidden world where time stands still and recipes are passed down like sacred treasures? A world where every cake, cookie, and pudding tells a story of resilience, community, and faith. The Amish have perfected the art of simplicity, but don't let that fool you. There's nothing simple about the depth of their flavors or the care that goes into their cooking. But here's the twist. These recipes aren't just about food. They're about something much deeper. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll see why every bite is a lesson in how to live a more meaningful life. Let's begin with the sweet aroma of freshly baked cakes. But before we reveal their secret ingredient, let's take a deeper look at the Amish cake, a dessert that holds a special place in their hearts and homes. To the Amish, cake isn't just a sweet treat. It's a symbol of life's most meaningful moments. It's served during celebrations, from weddings and birthdays to harvest festivals, and even simpler Sunday gatherings. Each cake tells a story of gratitude, community, and tradition. The magic of Amish cake begins with the ingredients. Unlike the flashy, store-bought cakes we often see, Amish cakes are made with what's readily available: freshly milled flour from local grains, farm-fresh eggs gathered that morning, butter churned by hand, rich and creamy, and perhaps most importantly, molasses or brown sugar, adding a depth of flavor and a touch of rustic sweetness. This simplicity isn't by accident. The Amish believe that the purity of the ingredients reflects the purity of their intentions. There are no shortcuts, no artificial additives, just wholesome, honest ingredients that come together to create something greater than the sum of their parts. But it's not just the ingredients that make Amish cakes special, it's the way they're made. In many Amish homes, baking is a communal activity. Multiple generations gather around the kitchen table, each person with a role to play. The grandmother might measure out the flour, sharing stories of the family's history as she works. Younger children help to stir, learning the importance of patience and precision. And the mother carefully bakes the cake in a wood-fired oven, ensuring it's cooked evenly and perfectly. This process is slow and deliberate, but that's the point. For the Amish, baking isn't a chore. It's an act of love and an opportunity to connect with one another. But there's one more step in the process that takes these cakes to another level. A secret technique that ensures every bite is moist and flavorful. We'll get to that in just a moment. Here's where the Amish cake reveals its hidden genius. After the cake is baked, many Amish families have a tradition of soaking it. This involves pouring a warm syrup made of butter, sugar, and sometimes a touch of cream over the cake while it's still hot. The syrup seeps into the cake, infusing every bite with an irresistible richness and moisture. This technique not only enhances the flavor, but also extends the cake's shelf life, ensuring that it remains just as delicious days after it's made. A practical solution for a community that values resourcefulness. Now, the cake is ready to be served, but how it's shared is just as important as how it's made. When an Amish cake is brought to the table, it's more than a dessert. It's a centerpiece of celebration and togetherness. The act of serving is steeped in humility and gratitude. The eldest member of the family or the host often offers the first slice to someone else, symbolizing generosity and respect. As the cake is passed around, it sparks conversations, laughter, and storytelling. These moments remind everyone at the table of the blessings in their lives, turning a simple meal into a profound expression of gratitude. While the classic Amish cake is a staple, there are countless variations depending on the occasion and the season. In the spring, you might find cakes flavored with fresh rhubarb or strawberries. During the fall, pumpkin or apple spice cakes take center stage, filling homes with the warm, comforting scents of cinnamon and nutmeg. For weddings and other grand celebrations, you'll often see multi-layered cakes, sometimes frosted with a simple homemade icing or decorated with fresh flowers. No matter the variation, each cake reflects the values of the community: simplicity, resourcefulness, and joy. So, what makes an Amish cake truly special? It's not just the taste, though, that's certainly unforgettable. It's the love, care and intention behind every step of the process. It's the way the cake brings people together, creating a moment of shared joy and reflection. For the Amish, a cake isn't just food. It's a reminder that life's greatest pleasures are often found in the simplest things. The laughter of family, the warmth of community, and the satisfaction of creating something with your own hands. And maybe that's the greatest lesson of all. In a world that often feels rushed and disconnected, the Amish cake invites us to slow down, savor the moment, and appreciate the sweetness that life has to offer. In the Amish community, cookies are more than just a snack. They're a symbol of connection, comfort, and collaboration. These simple yet delicious treats hold a special place in their culture, embodying the values of togetherness and shared effort. Whether it's a crisp sugar cookie, a hearty oatmeal raisin, or a soft molasses cookie, each batch tells a story of family, friendship, and faith. Like most Amish recipes, their cookies rely on straightforward ingredients that are often sourced locally. Think freshly milled flour, creamy butter, farm-fresh eggs, and a touch of molasses or brown sugar for sweetness. But there's something more to these cookies than what meets the eye. Each ingredient, though simple, is chosen with care and often represents the bounty of their labor. Butter might come from the morning's churning, eggs from the family's hens, and flour from grains grown in nearby fields. Every bite is a testament to their connection to the land and the work of their hands. Yet what truly sets Amish cookies apart isn't just their ingredients, it's the way they're made. For the Amish, baking cookies is rarely a solitary activity. It's an event, a time for family and friends to come together in the kitchen. Children take their places at the table, eager to help roll dough or press cookie cutters into the soft mixture. Older family members guide them, sharing stories, laughter, and lessons along the way. This communal process is as much about building bonds as it is about making cookies. Each person contributes no matter their age or skill level. It's a beautiful reminder that, in Amish life, the act of creating something together is just as important as the end result. But there's another layer to this tradition, a deeper purpose behind these simple baking sessions. Let's explore that next. In the Amish world, cookies are more than just a treat. They're a teaching tool. Baking sessions offer a perfect opportunity for children to learn important life skills and values. Through the act of measuring ingredients, they're taught precision and care. By shaping dough, they develop patience and creativity. And as they wait for the cookies to bake, they learn the value of delayed gratification. More importantly, these moments teach deeper moral lessons. Sharing cookies with neighbors or bringing them to community gatherings reinforces the importance of generosity, humility, and hospitality. Every cookie baked and shared is a small but powerful lesson in how to live a life rooted in love and service. But the impact of Amish cookies doesn't stop at the kitchen table. They play a vital role in the larger community, fostering connection and support. In Amish culture, cookies are a staple at communal events, from barn raisings to church gatherings and family reunions. These events often involve long days of hard work, and cookies provide a much-needed source of energy and comfort. At these gatherings, large trays of cookies are passed around, offering a sweet break amid the day's labor. Sharing food, especially something as universally loved as cookies, helps to strengthen social ties and foster a sense of unity. It's a simple but powerful gesture that says, "We're in this together." But there's one more way that cookies play a role in Amish life, a way that might surprise you. While cookies are often associated with celebration and joy, they also serve as a source of comfort during difficult times. In the Amish community, when a family is facing hardship, be it illness, loss, or financial struggle, neighbors rally together to offer support. One common gesture of care is delivering homemade cookies. These small, sweet tokens serve as a reminder that even in the darkest times, you are not alone. They embody the community's steadfast commitment to supporting one another, providing not just physical sustenance, but emotional solace as well. So, what makes Amish cookies so special? It's not just their taste, though they are undeniably delicious. It's the love and intention baked into every batch. It's the way they bring people together, teach valuable life lessons, and offer comfort in times of need. For the Amish, Cookies are a bridge between generations, a way to preserve traditions while creating new memories. They remind us that some of life's most profound moments can happen around a simple kitchen table, with flour on our hands and laughter in the air. The next time you bake a batch of cookies, think about the stories and connections you're creating. Like the Amish, we all have the power to turn something as simple as a cookie into a lasting symbol of love and togetherness. Amish pudding is more than just a dessert. It's a dish deeply rooted in their culture of simplicity, resourcefulness, and comfort. Whether it's a creamy custard, a rich bread pudding, or a hearty corn pudding, this versatile dish has a place at the Amish table for both everyday meals and special occasions. Let's uncover the secrets behind this timeless treat and explore how it reflects the heart of Amish life. At its core, Amish pudding is a testament to the community's ability to make the most of what they have. The ingredients are often humble and readily available: milk and cream fresh from the farm, eggs laid by the family's hens, bread that might be a day or two old, perfect for soaking up flavors, molasses, brown sugar, or maple syrup to add a touch of sweetness, and sometimes cornmeal or rice for more unique varieties of pudding. Nothing goes to waste in an Amish kitchen. Leftover bread becomes the base for a rich bread pudding, while excess milk is transformed into custards or rice pudding. This frugality isn't just practical. It's a way of honoring the hard work that goes into producing every ingredient. Amish pudding isn't something you can rush. It's a dish that requires patience and a gentle hand. Whether it's slowly simmering on the stovetop or baking in a wood-fired oven, the process is slow and deliberate. Take bread pudding, for example. The bread is first soaked in a mixture of milk, eggs, and sugar, allowing it to absorb the flavors fully. Once baked, it emerges with a golden crust and a soft, custardy interior. Or consider corn pudding, where ground cornmeal is combined with milk and eggs to create a dish that's both savory and slightly sweet. It's stirred frequently to ensure a smooth, creamy consistency. The time and care put into making these puddings reflect the Amish philosophy of living intentionally. Every step of the process is an opportunity to focus, reflect, and appreciate the simple act of creating. Pudding in Amish culture isn't confined to dessert. Its versatility makes it a staple for various meals and events. Custard and bread pudding are common desserts, often served after a hearty meal. Corn pudding can be found as a side dish at communal gatherings, paired with roasted meats and fresh vegetables. Rice pudding, flavored with cinnamon or nutmeg, is a comforting breakfast or snack, especially during colder months. Whether it's served during a festive celebration or a quiet family dinner, pudding brings warmth and comfort to the table. But there's another layer to this dish, a symbolic meaning that goes beyond its taste. Let's explore that next. In Amish life, pudding isn't just food, it's a symbol of care and connection. It's often one of the first dishes brought to families during times of hardship, such as illness or bereavement. Its soft, comforting texture and rich flavors provide both physical nourishment and emotional solace. Sharing pudding is also a way of fostering community. At large gatherings, big pots of pudding are prepared, allowing everyone to share from the same dish. This act of communal eating reinforces bonds and reminds everyone of their shared values and mutual support. While the traditional versions of pudding are beloved, there are countless regional and seasonal variations within the Amish community. Shoofly pudding, a spin-off of the famous shoofly pie, combines molasses and a crumbly topping for a deeply flavorful dish. Apple pudding, made with fresh orchard apples, is a fall favorite, combining tart fruit with a sweet, spiced custard. Tapioca pudding, often enhanced with fresh berries, is a light and refreshing option during the summer months. Each variation reflects the Amish value of working with what's in season and making the most of what's available. One of the most beautiful aspects of Amish pudding is the way it connects generations. Recipes are passed down from mothers to daughters, grandmothers to grandchildren. Each family has its own unique twist, its own cherished methods and secret ingredients. These recipes are more than instructions. They're stories, carrying with them the memories of countless shared meals and special moments. When a child learns to make pudding, they're not just learning to cook. They're becoming part of a lineage, a tradition that binds them to their family and their community. So, what makes Amish pudding so special? It's not just the taste or the texture, though those are unforgettable. It's the love, care, and tradition that go into every spoonful. It's the way pudding brings people together, providing comfort and connection in a fast-moving world. For the Amish, pudding is a reminder that some of life's sweetest moments are found in the simplest of dishes. It's a symbol of their unwavering commitment to faith, family, and community. The next time you enjoy a warm, creamy pudding, take a moment to appreciate its simplicity. Like the Amish, you might find that the true richness of life lies not in extravagance, but in the humble, heartfelt traditions that nourish both body and soul. In Amish culture, the act of serving food goes far beyond mere hospitality. It's a deeply symbolic ritual, one that emphasizes gratitude, humility, and the importance of community. From the moment the food is prepared to the time it's placed on the table, every step is infused with intention. The ritual of serving is about more than nourishing the body. It's about nourishing the soul and strengthening the bonds between those who share the meal. The ritual begins long before the food is served. Setting the table is a task performed with care and respect. Simple tablecloths are laid out, often hand-sewn by the women of the family. Plates, cups, and utensils are arranged neatly, and in many cases, a few fresh flowers or candles are placed at the center as a touch of natural beauty. In Amish homes, the table is seen as a sacred space. It's a place where the family comes together, where stories are shared, and where life's blessings are celebrated. Preparing the table is a way of honoring both the meal and the people who will partake in it. But the true heart of the ritual lies in how the food is shared. When it's time to serve, the head of the household or the host often takes the lead. However, in Amish tradition, the first plate is rarely served to themselves. Instead, it's offered to the eldest family member or a guest, symbolizing respect and generosity. From there, the dishes are passed around the table in a clockwise fashion. Each person takes a portion and ensures there's enough for everyone else before helping themselves. This act of self-restraint underscores the Amish values of humility and consideration for others. But what happens when the food reaches the end of the table and there's little left? The Amish have a unique way of addressing this that speaks volumes about their sense of community. Let's find out more. In Amish culture, ensuring that everyone has enough is paramount. If a dish begins to run low, it's not uncommon for those at the table to voluntarily take smaller portions or even pass on certain items to make sure others are fed. This willingness to sacrifice personal satisfaction for the collective good is a cornerstone of their communal way of life. It's a quiet but powerful reminder that abundance isn't measured by how much one has, but by how much one is willing to share. The ritual of serving becomes a lesson in selflessness, teaching both young and old the importance of placing the needs of others before their own. Before anyone takes a bite, the meal begins with a moment of silent prayer. The family bows their heads in unison, offering thanks for the food, the hands that prepared it, and the blessings of the day. This moment of gratitude sets the tone for the meal, reminding everyone that the food on their plates is a gift, not just from the labor of their hands, but from a higher power. After the meal, another prayer of thanks is often said, reflecting on the nourishment received and the fellowship shared. This ritual reinforces the idea that every meal is an opportunity to acknowledge life's blessings. But the ritual of serving doesn't end when the meal is over. There's one final step that brings the entire experience full circle. Once the meal is finished, the entire family participates in cleaning up. The men may help clear the table while the women wash the dishes, and children are often assigned tasks like drying plates or sweeping the floor. This shared responsibility highlights the communal nature of Amish life. Everyone contributes, reinforcing the idea that maintaining the household is a collective effort. It's another opportunity to connect, often accompanied by light conversation or even singing hymns together. This final step ensures that the ritual of serving extends beyond the meal itself, turning the entire experience into a collaborative act of care and gratitude. The ritual of serving in Amish culture isn't just about feeding the body, It's about feeding the soul. It's a time to connect with one another, to practice gratitude and humility, and to strengthen the bonds of family and community. Every meal becomes a sacred act, a reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. The food on the table represents the fruits of hard work, the blessings of nature, and the providence of God. By serving and sharing it with intention, the Amish elevate a simple daily act into a profound spiritual practice. In our fast-paced, convenience-driven world, the Amish ritual of serving offers a valuable lesson. It reminds us to slow down, to approach mealtime with gratitude, and to see it as an opportunity to connect with those around us. The next time you sit down for a meal, consider adopting some of these practices. Set the table with care, serve others before yourself, and take a moment to reflect on the blessings in your life. You might find that the simple act of sharing food becomes a source of deeper connection and joy. In the end, the Amish ritual of serving teaches us that the true nourishment of a meal comes not just from the food we eat, but from the love and care we share with others. Here's the secret ingredient I promised earlier: intention. Every dessert, from the simplest cookie to the most elaborate cake, is made with a deep sense of purpose. The Amish don't just bake to feed, they bake to celebrate, to comfort, and to teach. Their desserts serve as metaphors for life, teaching patience through pudding, unity through cookie making, and gratitude through cakes. In a world where we often rush through meals and moments, the Amish remind us to slow down and savor every bite. Now, as we bring this journey to a close, there's one question left. What can we learn from their way of life to make our own lives sweeter? Stay with me for one final thought. As we wrap up today's journey into the Amish kitchen, I hope you've discovered the beauty of simplicity, the power of community, and the deep love that goes into every dish. From cakes and cookies to puddings and beyond, the Amish way of baking reminds us that it's not about the extravagance. It's about the heart behind what we create and share. Thank you for joining me here on Frugal Focus. If you enjoyed this glimpse into Amish traditions and want to learn more about simple, meaningful ways to enrich your life, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Remember, the most valuable things in life often don't come with a high price tag. They're found in moments of togetherness, in thoughtful traditions, and in a mindset of gratitude. Until next time, keep living simply and focusing on what truly matters.